And we are live here with Gerard Smith, aka CTO from Qsic. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Simon. How are you going?
Very well, thank you. Very well, despite the lockdown nonsense that we all find ourselves in. Um, hey, thanks for taking some time to talk this morning. We're hiring a bunch of roles together, and I thought this might be a nice way to have a conversation about those and hopefully give people some more info about the business, about the roles, about the engineering culture, so that they might find something interesting there and maybe apply.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great.
Beautiful. So, first up, why don't you just give us a bit of background? Who are Qsic and what do you do?
Yeah, so Qsic is a commercial music streaming service. Yeah, in businesses such as McDonald's and 7-Eleven here in Australia, and working to be over in the US at the moment. Qsic last year signed off its Series A funding, with a big portion of that going into the engineering department to help build out the team and create the future of Qsic.
Nice.
And what that really looks like is Qsic's looking to create smart environments that learn and respond to customers' in-store decisions by analyzing sensor and event data in real time to create actionable insights for our customers.
Nice. When I think about that, it almost makes me think that it's almost like trying to have physical stores almost acting with a similar amount of insight to e-com stores.
Yeah, absolutely. And like to put that into context, it could
Mm,
be something like noticing that pop music at 4 a.m. in a small store segment tends to increase, how long people are staying in store.
mm.
And what we want to be able to do is have the platform identify that and then be able to kind of run that experiment across the network of stores and then obviously replicate that out across the whole network. Yeah.
Beautiful, fantastic. And so we're hiring a couple of roles for you. Some DevOps. You'll always talk to quality engineers. What's the tech stack that you're running?
Yeah, yeah. So Qsic operates primarily on Python. Everything we do is Python based on the back end side of things. We operate React in the front end, but definitely Python.
Hmm.
We have Elasticsearch running our search side of things as well for our music.
Nice, beautiful. And so, what does the current team look like? I know you said you'd landed a Series A. What does the engineering team look like?
So yeah, we've got a front end engineer who is responsible for the design and development of all our front ends, and the rest are primarily back end engineers, really concentrating on our APIs, our IoT fleet, and then we've actually got two people looking after our data and analytics at the moment. One ex-Googler and IBM researcher who we're really happy to have on board, who's really pushing kind of the future of Qsic and where we're heading on that data side of things.
Nice. And I think one of the things with smaller teams like that is that you can actually get involved in shaping the future of the product and the technology rather than just simply running build tickets as you might do at a larger engineering sort of team, but actually having some insight and having a voice and having some opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're the people we're really looking to hire.
Mm,
We've never been a company that is going to put tickets in the backlog and expect our engineers to just pick them and
mm.
run with it. We really believe that we're going to hire some smart people to pick up tickets, but also to, have an input into what needs to be done to get us to where we need to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. And so, in terms of engineering culture and the way the team works together, off the conversations that you and I have had in the past, I'm getting the sense it's really a case of hiring a team where people potentially see something that's wrong and just stand in and just fix it now, even if it's not a problem they created, even if it's a legacy thing that probably shouldn't be there, but it is, and hey, that's the way that things happen sometimes. But just moving in and moving to fix that is that a fair
Yeah,
assumption?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we operate in a team where the expectation is definitely that people will pick stuff up along the way. If
Mm,
something's not working the way it should be, then yeah, 100% someone will jump in there and try and fix that up and
yeah.
hopefully make it better in the process. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. And I guess that's an environment where where engineers can really feel like they're learning, they're growing, but they're contributing, and what they're doing is meaningful. Which to me sounds like it's probably 90% of engineers that we talk to that are interested in that. So aside from sort of natural problem solvers and people who like tinkering with technology, what sort of people do you think are going to enjoy the work at Qsic?
Yeah, I think people that are, like you said, like natural problem solvers for
Mm,
sure. People that want to work with some autonomy and have some input into the direction of the business and
yeah.
especially the engineering team and the engineering culture. We do offer what we call experimentation time, which is dedicated to upskilling and just general engineering best practices, as well as a 4K training budget for courses, meetups, all that kind of stuff as well. So we're really investing or trying to invest in our engineers as best we can to help them build Qsic.
Nice. And on top of a training allowance and those sorts of things, we're also running an ESOP plan as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think allowing people to sort of be almost sort of invested in the business at a personal level as well as from a work perspective. It's kind of that putting your money where your mouth is, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of the Qsic values is one team.
Yeah.
We want everyone to be part of this. Absolutely.
Beautiful. And so the hiring process that we're putting in place, and the hiring sort of flow where we're trying to find out as much as we can about people and give them the opportunity to find out about us. I think we're sort of generally 3 steps in the process. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. So there's there's normally a phone call with myself. Obviously, after you've chatted to them, just to get to know them a bit, make sure we're kind of talking the same language, that everything's aligned in the right direction. We'll go through our engineering exercise, which is generally a face-to-face where we can. And that will be diving into work history, getting to understand some of the projects that they've been working on recently in a bit of technical detail, and then finishing that off with a bit of a whiteboard challenge, which is really kind of going back to that autonomy and ownership side of things, which is getting them to uncover a business problem and come up with a solution in code. So it's not a coding exercise per se, but really focused in around, does this person have a understanding of taking a problem from the business and putting that into code and then into production. Then we obviously finish off with values and motivations with our chief of staff and one of the co-founders.
Nice. And I think all those things are important. Is there a technical alignment in terms of not only technical skills but the way someone thinks about a problem, the way they communicate about problems? How do they ask questions to unearth what the problem really is? Because there's obviously there's this surface level problem of something isn't working or something's not right, but what's the real problem underlying that? So I think getting people to understand or clarify if that's the way they think about uncovering problems. And then, from the values and motivations, I think, do we have some alignment in the way we think about other people, the way we treat other people, and the way we operate as a team? I think one of those things that we see particularly in businesses that are growing quickly is, that there's no time for a lack of alignment of particularly around values and the way we treat each other. We're busy trying to do stuff. We've all got personal lives. We've all got this world outside of work at the moment that's still a little bit all over the place. So having misalignment of the way we treat each other and behave together as teams, there's no time for that. So I think that's a great way to do it. And you've been at Qsic now for how long?
Just over 5 years. Yeah. So started off as a software engineer myself, and then moved up to CTO after about 1.5 years.
Gotcha. So if anyone is poking around code bases for features in their first week or two, and there's no unit tests, probably down to you. Go and have
absolutely, definitely start to fix that code up for sure.
Don't have a whinge to you. Just go and fix it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lovely, Gerard. This has been brilliant. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping that whoever watches this get something out of it. And if they're interested in talking more, they can contact me directly. If they don't like my head, they can come and talk to you directly as well, I suppose. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Lovely to talk to you, and we'll speak soon.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Simon.